I'm a money making, meditating, marathon minded, musically inclined.
Here we are again, Blazed Buddz episode 14. If you thought we quit, check yourself into a mental institute because you're crazy. I'm Cody.
And I'm Raul. Welcome back to fucking Blazed Buddz Podcast.
Yes, we're excited to be here. Another day, another opportunity to improve ourselves.
Nice day too. Nice day.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it is a great day outside, but we want to talk about having bad days and what a bad day might be like for us and just how we overcome that and the strategies and stuff we think about, essentially the stories we tell ourselves personally that help us overcome those bad days.
Yeah,
and
it's mental. We lie to ourselves a lot.
Yes,
that's how it starts.
Yes, 100%. Telling ourselves we're tired. Tired is a mindset usually. And
little by little, you start justifying those feelings.
What's that?
Little by little, you start justifying those feelings
Right.
and those thoughts, and then you just give in to those lies that you just make yourself believe.
What do you think? What do you consider a bad day for yourself? Like, does it have to do with productivity, or does it just have to do with the way that you're thinking about it?
Probably the way I think about it, honestly, because I can still go and get my shit done, but it's like, did I do it with intention, and did I actually like get what I wanted out of the task that I'm doing?
Right.
So I think you can still do shit, but sometimes I feel like even when you do shit, you're not completely there, and then it's like you should have just probably at least not done that because you didn't do it to your full capacity potential. So now you have to come back and redo it again or refocus and like get back to like that mindset to where you're like, all right, I kind of fucked up.
Right.
But I think for me personally, it's productivity and like doing shit with intention.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I was even thinking like you could be productive and like the story you're telling yourself in your head is like, what am I doing this for? Like,
or this is hard right now. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't feel like doing it.
And so then like the whole time you're like going about your day and like essentially having a good day in terms of productivity, like your mindset is just not there.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like.
It's like that so-called war within yourself. You're kind of losing that battle because you're letting your mind tell you and dictate like these feelings that you don't really feel, but you assume you feel. So then you make yourself feel those things that you're telling yourself you are, whether you're tired, you're bored, you don't want to do it, like it's pointless right now, you'd rather be sleeping, like whatever it is. Like I feel like you end up losing and you just kind of slowly give up on yourself a little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Not completely, like in a way. I guess that's a good way to say it though.
Yeah. Or just like nag yourself out.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel at least.
Yeah.
When I do that shit.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes like rather than even giving up, like I'll even get through it, but then like just it wasn't as like fun as it was the day before. Sometimes like whatever that may be, like maybe I have a good day at work, but the next day at work is like the same day at work, but the stuff that's going on in my head about like what I'm doing at work, or maybe maybe I lose sight of my vision. That's one thing I feel like that like occurs when I'm having a tough time is like just going through the motions, not remembering what I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
And like the moment that it's like I can recognize that I'm like having that poor internal dialogue, oh, why am I doing this anyways, like blah blah blah, then I like kind of sit back and like try to remember what my goals are, like maybe sometimes how far I came in general, but mostly just like focusing on like where I want to be, and that's like gives me a lot more motivation to be doing what I'm doing in the moment kind of thing.
Right. But I feel sometimes I guess like it's hard to even like see that, or like to, especially when you're feeling not the type of way you want to be feeling.
Yeah, right in the moment.
It's hard to recognize that you should change your mindset and do whatever you know is right to be doing for that situation. And it's like I think lately I myself have struggled a lot with like especially just doing everything that I'm doing and just stressing and overthinking and trying not to fall into like the pressure of the shit that I'm stressing over, like not letting it, not thinking that it's like, fucking I lost the word. Important. So me not thinking it's important, but it's actually important.
Right.
And it's more so like financial stability and like being able to provide and care, and it's like I have goals and stuff, but like I feel like lately I've been stuck and I've just been like literally hit a wall, I feel. And I'm just like I don't feel like I'm giving my full intention at the gym, and like everything that I'm doing is just kind of like
right, just going through the motions.
Going through the motions, and it's fucking hard. And I just realized this the other day because it fucking hit me hard. I was just like, I haven't been feeling like my best, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I feeling this way? So and that's the shit I had to like go back to, and it's just like it sucks knowing that like you got so much momentum going up. You know how I fucking look at it, and then like you get stuck, and it's just this weird fucking feeling of like just like looking around and like nothing changes. You know, but you know it's changing, but like, you're just stuck in this rut, and that's how.
Because in the moment, it doesn't feel like it's changed. You're
no,
like,
and it just
been
feels
doing
like
this
it's
for
just
so many days in a row now.
Yeah,
and I'm like, still looking pretty similar.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not doing any less, and some days I do more, some days I don't. Most days I do the same shit, but it's just like I really fucking recently hit that wall where I was just like, what am I doing? And like, what am I doing this for? What am I doing this for?
I'm about
like,
to say,
is it worth it?
I think
and
having
like everything like we just talked about, it went through my mind. Like, why am I doing this? Like, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like I need a fucking break. You know, kind of. That's how I feel. But it's just like, why?
Right. I was about to say, I feel like reason why is a big deal. Is like, if you're not able to answer that question, why am I doing this? And your reason why, and then like, so first off, if you're not able to answer it, that's gonna make you feel like kind of like shit. It's like, well, I'm doing this for nothing. Okay, well then why do it?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have any emotional attachment to me and no like practical use in the world kind of thing that I can come up with right now. But maybe you do have a reason why, and you're able to answer that. And then maybe your reason why isn't strong enough for you, and then you're still kind of feeling like shit because it's like, well, I want to be fit, and like maybe that's just like maybe you're already pretty fit, and you're kind of like, well, like I could do a little less than I'm already doing, that kind of thing. But it's like, well, why do you want to be fit? And like, like you were kind of talking about, like I feel like providing, and like for me, it's to be a sense of or a source of encouragement. That's like one of the big things that I've been kind of hanging on to in life. I feel like when I'm around people that like I just naturally have like a uplifting energy, because like I've just been through a lot, and I like to see others overcome that shit too. So when someone's feeling down, I'm like, hey man, let's get this shit. So I've been like trying to remember that when like things are feeling low and like I'm just doing it for nothing. I'm like, nah, like someone gonna see this at some point.
Touche.
So that's one thing. Like having that reason why though is like, I think a big deal when it comes to the internal dialogue of like, dude, why am I doing this? Because if you can answer that question, then it's a lot of motivation to get that workout done, get that song written, you know, go to work, have a positive attitude while you're at work, and not just moping around, making everybody else mope around kind of thing. So I think that's a big one, having a reason why, and a strong reason why. So like if you don't have one,
find one and hold on to it.
Find something. Yeah.
Remember, but it is tough to fucking even go back and remember your why. Like you really have to like take a step back and, you know, analyze your shit and just be like, okay, well, like me, like just my situation lately. It's like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I fucking doing this? And I don't want to feel like this. And it's just like, all right, well, I'm doing these things because I know it's bettering me, and I know that I'm like stuck in this rut because I'm like, you know, fucking still striving to be better, but it's just fucking a weird feeling. And it's like, if I give up on myself, like I'm not really giving up on myself, because it's not like I'm gonna completely give up on everything that I'm doing, just drop everything and stop and not do this and find something else to do to fucking, you know, fulfill my life kind of thing. And it's just like, I can't do that. But also that's like just different situations in life. It's just like going back to your why and finding your why. And it's just like, you gotta analyze your situation, make sure like, yo, change what you can, and what you can't change, we'll fucking roll with it, you know. And that's just kind of what it stems back to as well. But I don't know, that's just how I think about it, I guess.
Yeah, another reason or way I like to think about it is like remembering that emotions are fickle. Like they come and go. Like you're never always going to be on top of the world, but you're also never always going to be in the dumps. So like one of the phrases that I read in a book one time is like, this too shall pass. Like if it's really shitty, like if I'm having a shitty day, I just try to remember like, this is gonna be
shittier.
Yeah, it could be shittier, and also like at some point this is gonna subside. Like it's gonna go away. My shitty negative attitude. It
comes and it goes. You know.
Yeah. And I also try to remember when I'm way up high too, like, oh man, today is such a great day. Is like, this is also gonna pass. Like have some gratitude for it, like appreciate it, maybe try to stay like a little level-headed, like, and not just get too high off the emotion, because at some point you do come back down to a either median level or potentially lower than that. But
yeah,
kind of like we were talking about before we started filming on this episode, is like the seasons of life. Like, it's getting nice outside, and that makes me think about like everybody has their own winters, their own summers, their own springtimes.
And they're not all at the same time either.
No, not at all. Yeah, you could be dead in the middle of a nature summer, but in your own winter.
Yeah.
And like what I mean by that is like usually in the winter it's very dark, it's very cold. You usually want to stay inside. It's very like a hibernating time for a lot of people and animals and stuff like that. And sometimes like emotionally, that's where we're at. Like it could be real bright and sunny outside, but inside you're just feeling like I ain't really not trying to do nothing. But understanding like, oh, this might be like a winter time for me can help you recognize like, oh, like I'm just going through this season right now, and if I can get through this, then eventually springtime's coming.
Yeah, start planning for that next seasonal change. Like,
yep.
What are you trying to plant? What are you trying to watch grow? What are you trying to see grow, you know?
Exactly.
And just like, whether it's fucking plants outside or it's fucking knowledge in your mind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And just plan for it and prepare for it. And it's just like, it's normal for everybody to fucking feel off here and there and have their fucking moments, but it's just like, what do you do to get out of it, or what do you do to stay in it and get worse, you know? Like, you can do both things to help yourself, mm-hmm. or fuck yourself.
Right.
But
you can also do things to prep against it.
Yeah.
Knowing that
it comes and it goes.
Right,
randomly.
exactly. Knowing that, like I said, emotions are fickle, and we are bound to feel like bad days are going to happen. Like,
yeah.
You got to prep for those. And so, like, I do things like meditate in the morning, you know, like I take cold showers in the morning, like do things early in the day to get myself in the right mind state. That way, hopefully, what I think about is like probability wise, I'm more likely to have a better day if I do that type of stuff. So that's something I always think about, is like,
yeah,
try to hedge the bad day before it even happens.
Yeah, it's kind of like cold showers a little bit, or they're uncomfortable. You make yourself uncomfortable early in the morning, alert.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah, and you push yourself. Your mind's like, well, that was hard, but I did it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And for the most part, fucking warm, hot shower in the morning sounds better than a cold one.
Always. It always sounds better. It doesn't always feel better, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes
makes you want to go right back to bed.
I was going to say, sometimes I take a hot shower and I'm just kind of like, ooh, let's get this day going. That shower is nice, but I swear, though, after every cold shower, I'm like, whoo!
I know.
Whoo, let's get this shit.
But that's funny, though.
But yeah, shoot. I was also thinking, too, like, with the seasons idea that I just brought up, is like understanding your seasons to know what to do in those seasons. Like, if it's wintertime, you might need to hibernate a little bit. You might need to stay inside and take some time for yourself and cook yourself some soups and stuff like that, you know, get yourself in the right state of mind. That way, like, you can get ready for your spring. And for me, that means planting seeds and cleaning up and
get to know yourself.
Yeah, and then watering those seeds and getting ready for the summer that's coming. That way you can tend to the garden that you just planted all summer long, and like trying to get some of those seeds to bear fruit, essentially.
Yeah, and it's just like shit that you know, mind food, whatever you consume that makes you feel some type of way. Like, if you don't like the way you're feeling, maybe it's not nothing necessarily that you're doing. Maybe it's just shit that you're putting in your head that you don't even know that you're thinking about.
Yep.
But subconsciously it's just fucking back there working out, you know? And it's just like, fucking take note of that, and then it's like consume other shit, other type of content, whether it's reading 100%. Or videos or whatever it is, whatever fucking gets your blood flowing. Fucking get some more of that in you, instead of fucking like gossiping and just fucking worrying about shit that you don't need to worry about. Like, celebrity gossip is so fucking entertaining that it's just like, it's not even real life.
Yeah.
You know, it's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, you don't know those people, you haven't met those people.
Yeah, and
but everybody cares about it.
Just the mind food, you know, you're consuming. Fucking
that's
be
a good
aware of
one.
that shit.
Yeah, no, if you're listening to a lot of people who are like, oh, like times are bad and everything is so hard and why do we have to work, or capitalism sucks, and like I just feel like I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of like a victim mindset.
The biggest mind food there is out there is music, though.
Right.
Bro, I don't listen to this shit, but every now and then this shit just comes on. Like Juice WRLD's cool, like fucking he's a good artist. But bro, this song came on the other day and I was listening and said, I just wanna die. And I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Just hella depressive.
And, people
Yeah.
hella fuck with this shit, and I'm just like,
Yeah, 'cause
in the back of your mind, like this shit is still replaying in your head, even though you're not really thinking about shit like that.
Yep.
And it's just like,
No,
I
that's
fucking
something I
hate
think
shit
about
like
a lot.
that,
It's
honestly.
it's like I guess that we have like as human beings. I saw some stat that said we have a ton of repetitive thoughts in our mind essentially, and most of those thoughts tend to be negative. And I could see
Yeah.
like getting a song like that stuck in your head,
yeah.
or even just
catchy.
relating,
It's
even just
catchy
relating
as
with this
fuck.
person. Like, yeah, man, like fuck, like life is kind of shitty. It's like, nah, you don't want that in your mind.
Dude, and then like this is like another good example. So we're all aware of fucking Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock last night.
Yeah.
Seen this fucking girl on Twitter earlier today that said, if I was Chris Rock and Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me and he just won an Oscar 10 minutes later, I would go kill myself because I couldn't deal with that embarrassment.
Right.
And I'm like, this is like, that has got nothing to do with this shit that just
Yeah.
happened. That's dude getting slapped. This is you having like the shame of being like embarrassed for
Yeah.
whatever reason and like just being shameful of, something in your life.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, why would you think like that? And shit like that is just shit that I feel like when I see it, I can like look over like the situation, like fucking Will smacking dude, and it's just like more so like thinking like, yo, what's wrong with this person?
Right. Yeah. Like thinking
know?
about that person's mindset.
Yeah, like why would you even say that?
I know. I was thinking, shit, man, if motherfucker slap me, he's getting hands.
Yes, it's
Like,
so
I don't
good.
give a fuck if I just made a joke about your wife or not. You
I
slap me
know.
in front of this many people, you're getting these hands, dog.
That shit. Yeah.
I feel like comparisons another.
So yeah, so that's another thing there too. It's just like you're comparing yourself to being in their shoes, even though you're not.
Yeah.
And then you're
Like,
fucking,
oh, he won an Oscar and slapped me.
Yeah.
Like, he must be doing better in life than me. Like, my life is over type shit.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking too, like, I feel like that's like a lack of gratitude as well. Like, not recognizing all the good things that are
Yeah.
going on in your life.
Yeah.
And you're just like looking at all the shitty stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
man.
And even talking about lack of gratitude there the other day. This is the fucking funny thing about Twitter too. Like everything's just everywhere. You positive, negative, fucking depression, fucking happy shit. I seen this girl also tweet. It said, I had this couple tip me $2, and like in my head I was like, what the fuck? Why would you even tip me for just giving me $2? And I was like, bitch, be grateful you got $2. God damn it. Like, goddamn, like shit is just so weird.
Yeah, it's all about how you think about it.
Yeah, and
It's all
that's
about-
the shit that I always look at, and I like look at these people and I'm like, what is wrong with you? And it's like, could I go on there and fucking start bashing on them and talking shit? Yeah, I could if I
Yeah.
wanted to, but what's that gonna do?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Waste
But that's
of
just
energy.
me in my head. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, am I like this?
I always think like rather than what's wrong with this person, like, where are you at right now? Like,
Yeah.
'cause
Or what
I've-
are you
'cause I've been
consuming?
in-
A lot of the
Right.
shit is like, what do you guys consume?
Mhm.
You know, like,
Yeah.
obviously no Gary Vee.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's funny. No, I think that's a huge one is brain food and just in general, like there's junk food for your brain and there is good, solid, natural foods for your brain that make you feel good. Like, are you listening to something that motivates you or are you listening to something that makes you feel depressed? Like, take note of that.
Yeah.
Next time you're listening to
Because
something that
it's
makes you
like-
feel depressed, switch that shit off.
So you're basically feeding that fucking thought. And
Yeah.
then that thought just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly. And
No.
then the more you connect with it, the more that you're likely to like play that music or
Yeah.
play that person's
And feel that way.
opinion. Exactly. And then
And
it's
it's like, I know this shit too
cyclical.
because of fucking, I feel like I've done that before.
100%.
And it's like, I used to fuck with a lot of music, and like now I don't listen to a whole lot of music. I listen to fucking same 30 songs every day. Fucking.
Yeah.
But-
No, David Meltzer is a guy you follow him as well. We talk about this, but he always talks about like even he kind of looks at like friendships like this, like a song. He uses the metaphor of a song. Like there's some songs that you can play over and over again all day, and you really can't do it because it'll drive you crazy. Because it's just one of those songs that is just like, I can't stand this song. Then there's other songs that you'll be playing while you're working out that make you run faster because it's a good song. It's hyping you up.
Yeah.
And he was saying like, people are like songs. Some of you people have those songs around you that are
Bad songs.
They're negative. They're bad songs,
Yeah.
and you're hanging out with them all the time. And then also we have these people who uplift us, and we're around them. We feel energized. We feel, and he pretty much just says like, if it feeds you, feed it, and if it bleeds you, cut it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it, and get
I
rid of
feel
all that
that.
negative stuff and people. Essentially, like, I ain't trying to hang around someone who's moping all the time.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get caught up in that shit because it's entertaining, you know.
Yes,
you know? And shit like that is just entertaining.
No, people love sex and violence. Like when it's on the TV, I saw something about the primate brain that it just has to look at it. It just like for some reason wants to look at sex and violence. So it's like think about that next time the news is playing something that pertains to one of those two things. Yeah, motherfuckers have a hard time looking away from that. I don't watch either because I know that I'm just our people chemistry, we're prone to just keep looking at it. Yeah. And so I just try to stay away from it. It's like hedging against a bad day, essentially, trying to not do that kind of shit.
No, but I feel it. All this shit is hard. And it's hard for us. It's hard for me. I'm sure it's hard for you. I'm sure it's hard for plenty of bad days. Mr. Melton over there. Like, it's hard for everybody, honestly. And it's just like, I think the biggest thing that is really going to get you over, you know, bad days is reassessing. Mm-hmm. And just being honest with yourself. Like, if you feel shitty, admit to yourself you feel shitty. Don't try to shy away from it and be fucking hella brave and be like, no, I'm too tough for that shit. I don't feel like a bitch today. Fuck, because there's plenty of days where I feel like a bitch. Yeah. And I don't want to do shit. And there's days where I haven't done shit because that fucking feeling won me over. Whatever. Right. That doesn't define who I am.
Right.
As long as I can, you know, fucking look at that shit and, you know, learn from it. Mm-hmm. And just like, always know, why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Why are you feeling happy? Why are you feeling fucking excited?
Right.
You know, not just when you're feeling down.
Yeah, take note of those things. That's one thing that's been big for me recently was like, I kind of got in a rut where I was just like, at the beginning of the episode, asking myself those questions. Why am I doing this? Like, why have I been feeling so low? And then like, I tried to take note of like, what makes you actually feel good? Like when you go to the boxing gym, you feel confident. You feel
exercise.
Yeah, you feel exercise. Like, well, specifically for me, that kind of exercise, like that kind of push is like, or that kind of
and know what your exercise
is difficult for me. And then so when I finish it, I feel accomplished. And so then I started recognizing like, well, shit, if I feel hella accomplished after these workouts, why don't I just keep going to them?
Yeah,
because I'm gonna feel happy at the end of the day. Yeah. Like, and versus like, on a day when I'm hella lazy and didn't do nothing, even though that's what my mind was telling me to do in the moment, like, oh, like, you know, chill out. Like, I didn't feel peaceful at the end of the day. I didn't sleep the best, so to speak.
And then it's like, also like, just like that, like whoever it is, like if you're trying to fucking find what you know, if working out isn't your shit, find what your exercise is, you know, go on a fucking 20-minute walk and take fucking 30 deep breaths on that walk and fucking appreciate the air that you get, because, you know, we're going to get fucking every fucking year it seems like we get fires and this air fucking gets shitty.
Right.
Go try to take a fucking deep breath when that happens, you know.
Yeah.
Like go get out and fucking walk 20 minutes, take 10 deep breaths and fucking appreciate life, you know.
Yeah. grab yourself a coloring book, do some coloring if that's what you like to do. Something. Do some drawing, do some writing. Like get out your mind and do something that's enjoyable to you specifically. That's what I was about to say, was like during that I started to have to recognize the things that were enjoyable to me specifically and nobody else. Like somebody else might question like, why are you doing those things? Or
why are you drinking pickle juice?
Yeah, it's like, well, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Like that's just an example. I don't actually like pickle juice personally, but that's a good example because it's like if you saw somebody drinking that shit, you remember like, what the fuck? But hey, if it's making you happy, do it. Like do your damn thing. As long as you ain't hurting nobody else, I don't really give a shit.
No, but I think that's the biggest key for me, and I think it probably helped a lot of people and just everything that we explained. I think. But I think a lot of it is just fucking knowing why you feel the way you feel, whether it's happy, excitement, fucking sad, mad, whatever it is you're feeling, fucking be aware of that shit. And it's just like, what do you feel when you're fucking feeding your mind, you know? Like, do you feel fucking like entertained, like motherfucker, like, God damn it, you shouldn't do that shit, Rachel, kind of shit. But I don't know, dude. This is just fucking shit that I just see people do.
In my personal opinion, on the other flip side of the coin, how you're saying like you don't need to be like too tough about like your emotions, like I agree with that. I think that you should feel sad when you feel sad, and you know, let yourself feel angry and analyze why you feel those ways. But I also think like if you're having a tough day, just remember to be strong, like in the sense of like something like Juice WRLD or like being influenced like towards suicide or some type of shit. Like just be strong. Like, you know, not every day has to be productive. And that kind of comes back to the winter thing. Like take your time to hibernate, take your time to feel yourself that day and do what it takes to just get by through the day. Ultimately, like there's been a lot of days where I didn't want to be here on the planet, and I'm happy that I decided to make it to the next day, that I decided to just hang on and not go do anything drastic, because now we're here today and I'm living my best life, and I'm happy about that. But there were definitely some very dark times, and I just want to say to anybody going through that to hang on. Just hang on, find something you enjoy to do, listen to some good music, you know, call a friend. Maybe if you don't have a friend, go for a walk like Raul just said.
Yeah.
Just count the little things in life.
Yeah.
Like and in those moments, mostly in those moments of like, fuck, this shit sucks, like count the little things.
Yeah. And I think also, like, when you're feeling down and just fucking feeling like a mess, you know, clean your room.
Yep.
Clean your space, you know.
100%.
Tidy up your space.
That's
like,
a banger.
You know, like whatever it is, fucking.
Dude, that's a good one.
I feel like
that's some Jordan Peterson shit. He said, you want to be 10% happier, clean your room.
Yeah.
Start with the space around you.
Clean your car.
Yeah,
I also noticed too that when my car is like hella fuzzy, hella fucking crumbs everywhere, bro, and dirty, I'm like in a bad mood when I'm in my car.
Yeah, they say
I noticed that shit.
They say your physical, everything around you is a representation of what's going on in your mind. And so the way I think about that is that if I can start by cleaning up, maybe I can't figure out what's going on in my mind, so I fix the physical first, and then I feel like, feels nice.
Mm-hmm.
So there's multiple ways to do it. You can start inside, or you can start by cleaning up your room.
And then it frees up some space to fucking clean the inside up.
Exactly, yeah. Do a little.
I feel like that's big. I feel like that
I
has
agree.
helped me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like crazy.
Yeah, the consistency of keeping my place clean keeps my mind nice. It's like relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit. That's a pretty banger of an episode, I would say. That's freaking nice to see you again. Yeah, nice to talk with you again.
See you again, like Wiz. I can't even do that shit.
I was like, didn't even recognize it. Say you again. Take it away, Zach. To the bridge, baby. Let's go.
Fuck yeah.
Blazed Buddz, episode 14. If you like this, if you dislike it, leave us a comment, leave us a like, hit us with a subscribe. That all helps us out so much, and hopefully we're helping you. That's ultimately the goal. Like, if we helped you a little bit, if you could take any little piece of this, you know, hit us with a share. You know, share with your friends.
Yeah, and if you think anybody needs to hear it, fucking let them know.
Yes, sir.
Fucking, we're just sharing experience, and we just want to provide fucking value and leave this shit here for people to fucking come back and reference to, and because I know I do.
Yeah, 100%.
But appreciate anybody who watches, likes, shares, and comments. But fucking keep on liking, sharing, and commenting.
Yeah, and blaze your own trail.
Yeah, stay high, stay motivated, stay happy.
Money making,
go.
meditating, marathon-minded, musically inclined human being. I'm a great soul with a great flow, a creature you have never